Hello, welcome back. If you're new here, I am Mint, and I'm sorta an artist. I tend to draw things and stuff here and there. Anyway, finally, I have time to sit and record. Been super busy in my personal life, which has messed up my already shaky upload schedule. But this is just, this is a chaotic art channel. Going with the chaos, I don't have much of a plan for this video. I just wanted to draw a sea slug alien girl and remember to screen record it. I'm not great at remembering to screen record my art. It's something I'm still trying to get a hang of. It's just when I go into my program, I'm ready to draw, and then when I complete the drawing, I was like, oh, I did not screen record, or I didn't use Clip Paint Studio's record function. But this video got recorded, so yay! Also, again, I just wanted to state that I spin the heck out of my canvas, and watching this recording made me realize that it's kind of motion sick inducing, so don't put yourself through it if you don't want to. I do spin it around a lot. I don't know why I do it. I don't even notice I do it until I watch these back, and then it's a twister of my art. So, art tornado advisory, I would say. Anyway, why am I drawing a sea slug? Well, because sea slugs are very cute, and I wanted to design a character based on that. That's really it. I also wanted to make something very colorful, and when my brain tells me to make a cute ocean-inspired sea slug alien girl, I'm riding first class on that train. Otherwise, I just won't stop thinking about it. But I realize that's silly, but I prefer this over art block, so if I have that need to draw, then I will stop everything to draw if I am able. If not, it'll just stay in my brain until I get it down on some paper. My lizard brain is in control when the need to draw strikes. Anyway, this is a kind of character design video as well, so let's get into it. I was inspired by those bunny sea slugs, while also wanting to make a very cute character design. Ooh, maybe I should make a creepy character design that's also ocean-based, because I feel like, and I also just need more ocean characters because I love the ocean. Okay, that is totally a ramble, but my brain is thinking of more things. Anyway, back to the nudibranch girl. Nudibranch? Nudibranch? I don't know the scientific term pronunciation for sea slug, but it is cool to learn new things, and I'm thoroughly enjoying this character design. I also gave her the rhinospores, which are the iconic slug bunny ears. I think they're adorable, and hopefully I'm pronouncing that term correctly as well. Her whole hair is basically the same shape as the slug body. I thought that was a good little character trait to give her, because she's an alien, so she has a body, she has hands, she has feet, and I needed more slug elements to tie into her, so it's her hair. Her hair is a slug. And I know the fin ears don't really make much sense because sea slugs don't really have fins, but I love them. They're my favorite thing on characters. I like to think that she's also a space elf, but water, aquatic space elf. That's my thinking. Oh wait, are they called sea elves? I forgot what they're called, but I love them. I like fin ears, and there needs to be more of those. So she is a space sea elf. Maybe, I don't know, maybe that takes away from the extraterrestrial concept I was making. I don't know. I still think she could be an alien and a space sea elf. I think that works just fine. I did not have a whole, plan for her outfit, besides that it's probably, made from space seaweed. That's all I could think of. I'm not really sure how her world would look. I just know that it's definitely an all-water planet with many different aquatic life forms, because that would be my dream place. I would love that. Oh, I would really love to live in a alien sea planet. That would be so cool. I would love that so much. I've always loved the ocean and underwater civilizations. It's just my favorite concept. Oh my gosh, I'm a big ocean nerd, so that's where all of it comes from. Oh, I know I already stated it, but I need to make more ocean-inspired characters. Ooh, maybe I could draw Mint in an aquatic way, you know, just for fun. I still love my goblin design, so that wouldn't be like a redesign. It would just be, you know, just something fun to do. If I have art block, I can just be like, ooh. So I'm just gonna put that in the back burner for later, for another day. That sounds fun. Though now that I've said it, I'm getting increasingly more inspired to draw it, and that's all I can think about is what kind of sea creature I would make Mint and how I would color it. Probably won't be too different from her goblin design. Oh, now I'm just thinking of all these ideas. Uh, I might just have to draw a sketch and come back to it later just to get it out of my brain. Oh gosh, I'm getting so sidetracked again. So I started to add stripes and dots because I saw some sea slugs have patterns, and I thought that was a very unique feature, and I had to add it to her to add to the overall sea slug look for the design. And they're just so adorable. Why wouldn't I add them? For the face, I wanted to keep it cute and squishy, mostly because that's the shape language sea slugs give to my brain, so I was really heavily incorporating the softness and the overall squishiness. I originally was going to give her pointy eyelashes, but that's too sharp, so I rounded it out, and I'm very glad I did because it's so cute. And don't get me wrong, I love a big sharp eyelash. I really do. I have it on lots of my character designs. But the gloopy style suited her face way more. Very rounded, soft, and cute. It's just what I was going for, and I think I executed it that well. Oh, and I learned and managed to keep this video as one and not split it into parts, you know, for the line art and the coloring like I did with my previous videos. I get the part thing, I just didn't know how to get the coloring and everything in one video without it like being 3 hours long. Figured it out and gonna keep doing it. So for coloring, I had a plan to make her pink and orange. I decided that because looking at sea slug photo references, I thought it would be cute and fun to try, but I couldn't make the pink and orange balance. There was just this struggle. It could be the hues, it could be the gray background. Color theory is intense, and sometimes I still don't understand it, which is funny, I guess. But yeah, so I later on make her pink and blue because honestly she was very hard to look at with the pink and orange. I was hoping I could make it harmonize, so I tried moving on to coloring the seaweed, but no, it didn't harmonize at all. I think my problem was is that I didn't color pick off of the sea slug reference. I just saw it once and was like, okay, I can do this. No, I could not. So now she's blue and pink. And blue and pink is very cute, and I'm happy with how that turned out. I can harmonize blue and pink in my sleep, pretty much. Though I do have a thing towards the end. I do have different color variants for her because I just wasn't happy with one. Like, I love her blue and pink, but I had to do 2 other color variants, and those are at the end of the video. I didn't record the other color variants. That was just something I was doing for fun, just to see what other color combinations I could do. I actually color picked off of a sea slug reference, and I got a really fun result. But yeah, no, they're at the end of the video. So now I'm doing probably one of my other favorite art steps is alpha locking my line art, which is a thing that locks the layer. I don't know how to explain this very correctly, but it makes it able so I can color it. I don't know all the art terms for this. It's just I found it out one day and I've colored my line art since. I enjoy it very much. I do the alpha lock step once all the flat colors are established. This just makes it easier for picking the line art colors. I feel like it'd be impossible the other way around unless I like knew exactly what my flat colors are going to be. So I do it this way. I don't think I've ever attempted to do it in the reverse, but flat colors and then colored the line art. That's my process. I also made a change to the color, the bigger tentacle tendrils on her head. So they matched her sea slug bunny ears. So I made them blue with pink spots instead of pink with blue spots. I just thought that was more cohesive and I don't know, just helped make the design flow better in my opinion. I mention that now because later on it just jumps to blue instead of pink and goes right into the shading, and I don't know why, I just didn't capture that part of the recording, so I just wanted to, when it's suddenly blue, it makes sense. Soon I'm going to be moving into the shading process. For what I do is I just use a multiply layer and some form of purple, not always purple, sometimes I use red or pink. Currently purple is my preference, I just find it easier to work with, or it just scratches that part of my brain when I look at it. Purple is one of my favorite colors. Ooh, also, I would love to do more of a cel shaded look for my art, but I gotta look at more references and tutorials for sure because I don't quite have a cel shaded look. I really want that, but I keep softening up the edges because I'm not a shading master. I definitely need to get on that. So I just do whatever currently, and I know that's not great. So it is another thing I need to work on. I've gotten hands pretty much, I think, down. I found a style that I like, so I'm still building up that and the anatomy of the hands. I like the square shaped hands, so I've been trying to do that more often, and I think finally hands have been consistent. So maybe I move into doing a light and shadow study, try to figure out how to cel shade properly and get that going because would love that. Would love the, I don't know, it's just like crispy shading lines. I just love it so much. I can't really explain it. You know, when something just connects all the dots in your brain and you're just like, yes, more of that, please. That's what cel shading does for my brain. I just love it that much. And I should set that as my new art goal. You know, while I'm not super experienced in drawing hands quite yet, I have found a style that I want to stick with, so I feel comfortable moving on to another art goal, and I think shading should be the next thing I tackle. Maybe just rendering and like general. I don't have a very strong rendering style, and I would like to bring out more of that. I just like heavily rendered, oh my gosh, rendered things or art appeals to me, and I don't really know how to do it. I've been learning here and there, but I'm still trying to figure that all out so I could learn rendering techniques because it's just, I just feel like my art is missing something, and then I see these cool renderings and I'm like, maybe that's it. Maybe that's what's missing. So yes, rendering. I'm gonna find a rendering style that I like and that I think suits my art, and it's going to be great. It's going to be awesome. I love learning new art techniques and improving my art because I've mentioned before that one day I want to make comics, but I just don't feel fully secure in my art, so that's why I started this YouTube channel to just motivate myself in staying diligent in drawing and bettering my art, just so I can get to that goal and tell the stories I want to tell. And I know that because I started my YouTube channel, that's how I found the style for drawing hands. Because I put in the effort to actually, you know, care about how my art looks. I would just draw whatever, wing it, and wasn't really going anywhere with it. And I was like, I need something to get my thoughts organized and how I want to move as an artist. So I started this, and I don't know why I'm getting so sentimental, but anyway, YouTube helped me find the style I want for hands, and I'm only going to get better at them because I'm very happy currently with the style. And I know I'm rambling. The only reason why I say currently is because sometimes I flip flop or I get inspired by something else, and that has to alter how I approach art. I guess that makes sense. Art is always changing, it's always fluid, so that's understandable. But yeah, no, I have hands that I like, and I think that shows. I was looking at my Instagram and I was like, I can tell where my first YouTube video was and how the hands changed, and I'm thinking I'm getting a hang of it. I don't know if that's even worth mentioning, maybe that's a little too silly, but hey, I am proud of myself. Anyway, that's it for this video since it's starting to wrap up. I hope you're having a pleasant morning, noon, or night wherever you are in the world. Thank you so much for making it to the end of this video. I very much appreciate it. Until next time, goodbye! Oh, also, I just wanted to say those are my other sea slug color variants. I hope you like them.